Have you ever wondered where the tradition of Halloween, the spooky yet fun-filled festivity, originated from? As the leaves turn from green to auburn and the chill in the air becomes more pronounced, we find ourselves at the threshold of a time-honored celebration. But did you know that the roots of Halloween reach back over 2,000 years to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain? The Celts, who once inhabited the areas that are now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France, celebrated the new year on November 1st. This day marked the end of the summer and the harvest and heralded the onset of the dark, cold winter, a time of year that was often associated with human death. It was believed that, on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, the Celts celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to earth. These spirits were thought to cause trouble and damage crops, but their presence also made it easier for the Druids or Celtic priests to make predictions about the future. To commemorate the event, Druids built sacred bonfires, where people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to the Celtic deities. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes typically consisting of animal heads and skins and attempted to tell each other's fortunes. They believed that by donning these disguises, they could fool the roaming spirits into thinking they were fellow ghosts, thus warding off any potential harm. Fast forward a few centuries, and we find that, like all traditions, Halloween has evolved. Its transformation is a testament to how cultures mix and mingle over time. As different people met and societies changed, so did the Festival of Samhain. It was influenced and shaped by various factors, from the spread of Christianity to the migration of communities. As time passed, this ancient tradition transformed, influenced by both culture and religion. The story of Halloween is not just a tale of ghosts and ghouls, but a fascinating journey through time, reflecting the ever-changing tapestry of human history. So, how did a Celtic festival become the Halloween we know today? Well, let's delve into the fascinating transition. The influence of Christianity on the ancient festival of Samhain played a pivotal role. As the Christian church expanded its reach across Europe in the early centuries, it encountered local pagan celebrations like Samhain. Instead of simply outlawing these traditions, the church sought to incorporate them into the Christian calendar. This led to the creation of All Hallows Eve, or Saints' Day, and All Souls' Day, celebrated from the 31st of October to the 2nd of November. All Hallows Eve, the night before All Saints' Day, was a time when it was believed that the veil between the living and the dead was at its thinnest. This belief, carried over from Samhain, was incorporated into Christian tradition. All Saints' Day followed, a day dedicated to remembering all the saints and martyrs. Finally, All Souls' Day was a time to pray for the souls of the dead, particularly those stuck in purgatory. During this time, a practice known as souling emerged. People, particularly the poor, would go door to door asking for food or money. In return, they would offer prayers for the household's dead, helping their souls transition to heaven. This was often done with soul cakes, small round cakes marked with a cross. Another tradition, guising, saw people dressing up in costumes and going from house to house. This was not for candy, as is the custom today, but for offerings to be used in celebrations or remembrances of the dead. The costumes were often ghostly or ghastly, reflecting the thinning veil between the living and the dead. These practices, though seemingly unfamiliar, laid the foundation for modern Halloween traditions. Their influence can still be seen today, from trick-or-treating to donning costumes. As we will see in the next section, these traditions continue to evolve, shaping the Halloween we are familiar with today. Fast forward to the 20th century, Halloween had crossed the Atlantic and began to take root in America. Initially, it was more of a community-centered holiday, a time for neighborly gatherings and family-friendly festivities. People would gather around bonfires, share ghost stories, and celebrate the harvest season, much like their Celtic ancestors. And then came the tradition of trick-or-treating. This custom, which originated in the British Isles, assouling or guising, took on a uniquely American flavor. Children, dressed in their Halloween best, began to roam the neighborhoods, knocking on doors and asking for treats, promising mischief to those who refused. Simultaneously, Halloween's aesthetic was also evolving. Pumpkin carving, a tradition that hails from an Irish folktale about a man named Stingy Jack, became a staple of Halloween festivities. Homes, schools, and offices began to fill up with jack-o'-lanterns, their eerie grins casting long shadows in the twilight. Likewise, costume parties became more elaborate and popular, with people donning everything from the classic vampire and witch outfits to costumes inspired by pop culture. And let's not forget the horror-themed decorations, with faux cobwebs, plastic spiders, and mock graveyards becoming a common sight every October. The modern era has seen Halloween grow from a localized community event into a national, even global celebration, with its own unique traditions and customs. It has become a holiday that combines the joy of creativity, the thrill of the supernatural, and the sweetness of candy into one unforgettable night. And that brings us to the Halloween we know and love today. A night of costumes, candy, and a touch of the supernatural. We hope you enjoyed this journey through Halloween's history. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating content. Until next time, happy Halloween!